Fred portraits. And what we felt was, when you're at the Fred forums, we have these great leaders that we visit or that come in and speak. And what Fred is about is not getting out there. It's only affecting about 80 or so people around the world. So we're not, that's the problem statement. We're focusing on L&D folks, academics, individual leaders, and so forth. So big group. And our big idea is to inspire people through sharing from the great stories that we hear. So we had a great designer or graphic artist in our team, as you can see. Thank you, Bruce. So the idea is to have ideal leaders that are inspirational, that are brave, change the world, and are heroic in such a way, right? But as leaders, and the idea is to make sure it comes out in social media, and we're going to use all types of social media. Thank you. Facebook, Twitter, out there, so it really gets out. And there should be a FredX app that we have, and we would have the forum, and we'd have smaller regional Fred forums for smaller groups. And from each one of those forums, you find portrait leaders, and then you have sort of at the big forum or somehow where you have the best Fred portrait leaders around the world. Anyway, did I miss anything, or did I take this? You guys showed it.
That's fine. So I think that what we did was, you know, why might it fail? It might be hard to identify because there's insufficient insufficient staff to kind of manage all of this with the nomination process. We think we could prototype it by using some of the captured video from last year's conference to kind of put together our first set of portraits, and then maybe test that at Barcelona, find some way to maybe incorporate some of that into the content at Barcelona. And there's, I think, a whole bunch of different ways we can measure the success. So the time frame we think would be tight, but could potentially happen with, once again, like a small experiment that we were thinking could highlight a couple of these ideas of portraits. I think it's really interesting because I think it fits kind of nicely with the Mark situation, so maybe there's a way to combine those.